We'll start on the floor today. Soften the shoulders. If you like, you can close your eyes. Take a moment to arrive onto your mat. Allow the breath to move effortlessly through the nostrils. At first, just not really worrying about any manipulation of the breath. Just simply becoming aware of the rhythm, the pace, and the measure of the breath. Your natural breathing pattern, becoming really acquainted with it. Getting to know what it sounds like, what it feels like. Softening through the shoulders, we want to relax away from the ears. Feel a length in the neck. Notice as you inhale, your belly and your chest rise, and as you exhale, the belly and the chest fall. This paced movement of the breath in and out helps us to find a serenity within our postures during our practice. And then gently exhaling, let's bring the chin down towards chest. Maybe moving the head around a little bit, so gently chin towards left shoulder, chin towards right shoulder. And slowly coming up through center. Roll the shoulders back, opening the heart and chest. Inhale, let's draw the right arm up, extend it. And instead of leaning to the left like we normally do, let's press that right rib cage out towards the right. So it's a slight lean, but mostly we're trying to feel the stretch right here in that right rib cage, in the right underarm, bottom of the shoulder, into the scapula of the back. Reaching fingertips up and not over. Relax that left shoulder down. Keep that left hand planted on top of the left thigh. And then maybe we're going to try to rotate the chin to gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the head back to center and slowly release right hand down to left. Good. Take a moment just to notice the two different sides, any little movements you might feel like doing here. Then we'll do the other side. The left arm reaches straight up towards sky, and then we're going to press that rib cage out. Relax right hand onto right thigh. Reach up through fingertips. Remember, it's through the rib cage on that left side body, into the underarm, and then behind you into the scapula, shoulder pulling back and down into the socket. And then slowly, gently, gazing up, maybe about the height of your elbow, not necessarily up towards your fingertips. I think that would be too deep of an opening in the neck, but if you want, you can do that. Starting nice and slow and controlled. And then exhale, slowly bringing back through to center. Realign your torso. Just a little sway of side to side through the center body. Inhale, both arms coming up, really reaching and extending, rolling both shoulders down into the scapula, so reaching through your fingertips. Let's bring the fingertips, or the interlacing the fingertips, but releasing the index finger to lengthen up. So feel that stretch. You can sway side to side, again through the rib cage. Just waking up the core, waking up your ribs, waking up your torso. Keep your hips grounded and rooted, and try to hug your ears with your biceps. And then exhale, slowly release. Arms come behind the back. If you like, you can hold on to your opposite elbow, so just holding on behind, or you can bring your hands into a reverse prayer. So palms together. Shoulders back. Take a deep breath, inhale, and gaze up. A little bit of a back bend here, just again, very easy. Notice any tension you might be feeling in your shoulders. Open chest. Keep the hips down, the feet kind of grounded to the earth. And then exhale, coming back through to center, releasing the hands, bringing them onto the knees, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin towards chest, shoulders fan away from each other, and then slowly coming back through to center. Beautiful. Let's make our way onto our tabletop position. So once you're in your tabletop position, make sure you figure out which way, where you want your hands to be. So ideally, the wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. But if this is too much for your wrists today, you may walk them forward slightly so that your wrists are in a little bit less of an angle. 90-degree angles sometimes can be a little bit tough on the wrists, but we're not putting too much weight on here, so you can try it if it feels okay. The knees are stacked right below the hips. The toes are pointing away. Start to move into the shoulders. So we're going to keep the hips level. We're just going to move into the shoulders. So it's a retraction of the shoulders. The shoulder blades pull towards each other, and a protraction of the shoulders as they move away from each other. So towards each other and then away from each other. Good. And then just kind of move back and forth from one to the other, squeezing your mat, engaging into your fingertips, drawing in through navel. The strength in the shoulders comes from our body awareness to realize where this range of motion lives. So when we do things like this, it's about finding your particular range of motion today. But let's do one more. Keep the protraction of the shoulders, engage into the core, nice lengthened spine. And then inhale, retraction through shoulders, coming into our cow pose. Opening heart, lifting chest, the tailbone reaches up, you press into the fingertips, looking up. And exhale, curling it under, tucking the tailbone under, tucking chin towards chest, gazing towards navel. Slowly, gently coming back through to center. Take a moment here, and then sit back to your balasana. Hips all the way down, arms can reach forward, forehead to the floor. 3 to 4 breaths here, making any adjustments that feel natural or necessary for you today. And then slowly inhale, coming back through to center. Make sure that you have room behind you on your mat, because we're going to try to straighten the legs. So come a little forward on your mat if you aren't already there. So again, with that protraction of the shoulders, this time we're going to try to lengthen one leg back, keeping one knee down on the floor. If you've been coming for a while and you're used to a little bit more advanced, you're welcome to do this with both legs back, but we'll get there. We're going to do 3 sets. So again, protraction of the shoulders, retraction of the shoulders. That leg that's back is engaged. So you're pressing back through the heel as you move into the shoulders. Pressing strong through fingers, releasing down. Try to pair up the movement with breath. And then keeping the engagement of the shoulders here. Nice, strong. Step that right leg back. Keep your high plank. Engage into your core. Roll your weight forward. And bring left knee down, right underneath hip. Keeping that right heel extended back. And then again, retract, protract, shoulders. So as we move in through this, just remember the elbow stays straight the entire time. You're not bending into the elbows like chaturanga. You're using your awareness of your shoulders and your arms to move into the space. And then hold the next one, big protraction of shoulders. Engage now into both arms, both legs back. Hold your high plank. Keep protracting through shoulders. Draw in through navel. Lengthen through spine. One more breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale, let's lower down to chaturanga, or you can do knees down, chest down, your choice. Inhale, upward facing or coming to cobra, opening through the heart, lifting the chest, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, downward facing. Find your downward facing dog here. Adjust through your feet or hands, strong fingers, lengthen tailbone back. Move your chest in between your arms to create space there in the shoulders. Pressing the heels towards the earth, even if they don't touch, you're reaching in that direction. The breath is steady, calm, peaceful. One more breath, exhale. Inhale. Looking forward between the hands. We're going to step or tiptoe or walk your feet forward all the way to where your hands are. So bring them all the way, maybe behind the wrists, so that they're about just as wide as your hands are. If you can't have your palms down on the floor, definitely can come to your fingertips. But see if you can reach down, soften through knees to get your palms as flat to the floor. So you might need to bend your knees a little bit here. And then once you're ready, try to lift up through the tailbone, contract through quadriceps, maybe straightening your legs and letting your body hang. Once you're at your maximum, take your hands to your opposite elbows and see if you can linger here for a few breaths more. Rolling the weight forward to balls of your feet, stretching and lengthening through backs of legs. First forward fold of the day, so be gentle, be kind. Soften through knees if you feel you need to. No need to contract the legs just yet. And then release the fingertips, lengthening through spine. Soften through the knees and roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking the hips over the knees, the shoulders over the hips, and the head over the shoulders. Bring your feet together, palms facing forward. Take a moment, gaze forward, drishti focused. Deep inhale. Slow, gentle exhale. And exhaling now, drawing the palms together. We're going to start with Surya Namaskar A. Inhaling, arms coming up. You can keep the gaze forward as you roll your shoulders back and down, or you can gaze up towards your thumbs, tucking your tailbone under and lengthening from the front body as you pull up through the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hips, slowly releasing. Hands to the floor on either sides of your feet. Let the head relax. Inhaling, lifting halfway, creating a sense of space through spine. Exhaling, bending the knees, planting the hands, and stepping or walking your feet back to your high plank. As we go down into chaturanga or knees down, see if you can retain your breath. So take an inhale here. Exhale. End of the exhale, retain breath. Knees down, chest down, or chaturanga, it's your choice. And inhale, cobra, or upward facing, opening heart, lifting chest. Relax the glutes. Exhale, downward facing. Take 3 breaths here. And now looking forward between the hands, stepping, walking, tiptoeing, or even jumping your feet forward, top of your mat. Toes and heels come together. Inhale, lengthen spine, fingertips on the floor. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms up, body up, extend. Palms come together, look up towards thumbs. or keep your gaze forward, reach up, shoulders back and down. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, arms coming up, gazing up. Very mindful movement. Exhale, slowly forward folding. Taking your time to really feel your way through every motion, every movement of the body. Hands to the floor, head relaxes. Inhale, lifting halfway, pressing fingertips to the floor, lengthening spine. Exhale, release, bend your knees, stepping or walking, or even jumping your feet back, finding your high plank, holding here. Exhale the breath away. Retain the breath and chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhaling, upward facing or cobra, opening heart, relaxing through glutes, knees are off the floor if you're upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Adjust through your feet, try to keep your hands glued. It gives you a nice sense of stability, knowing where you're coming and going from. Reach chest towards thighs. Find the openness in shoulders. Feel the stretch in the legs. Maybe now the heels can come a little further down. If the heels are touching the floor, see if you can lift your toes off the mat. Engages a little bit more into the legs. And inhaling, looking forward, stepping, tiptoeing, or walking or jumping your feet forward. Lengthening spine, fingertips press down. Exhale, surrender. Inhaling, arms coming up, extending all the way. Palms come together, gaze up. Reach through fingertips, ground your feet. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold here, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling, arms coming up. Ground your feet firm, lengthen up through fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing hands to floor, head relaxes, surrender. Inhaling, lifting halfway, creating space, shoulders rolling back. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step or walk your feet back to your high plank. Retain the breath as you chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Adjust through feet. 4 breaths here. As we move from one posture to the other in our vinyasas, it's very important to pair it up with the breath. So see if you can follow the cue of the inhale and the exhale as we move through. At first it might feel a little awkward, but then as we practice more, it becomes very natural. And we do it without even thinking, just like almost everything else we do in life. And of your next exhale, looking forward, inhaling, stepping or walking your feet forward, lengthening through spine, creating space, and exhale, release. Inhaling, arms coming up, body extending all the way, palms come together, gaze towards thumbs, tuck tailbone under, reach and lengthen front side body. Exhale, hands to heart, soften shoulders. Moving into Surya Namaskar C. Take a moment, exhale. Inhale, coming into a back bend. So there's a couple choices for you here. You can keep the arms bent at the elbow as you press your hips and chest forward and up, rolling your shoulders back, pressing into your heels, lengthening through the front body and back body. So this is a good way to start a back bend with the elbows bent. Once you're ready, maybe you can straighten the arms and separate them so palms are apart, gazing up towards sky. Gazing up, Deepens your back bend. And exhale, slowly coming back through the center. Soften through knees. Draw the belly in tight the whole way down to protect your spine. Hands to the floor, head relaxes. Inhaling, lifting halfway. We're gonna step just the right foot back. So bend your knees, plant your hands, right foot steps back. Great big step. Bringing right knee to the floor, releasing right toe. Inhale, come up. Kneeling crescent lunge. Shoulders back. You can open the heart again for another back bend if you wish. Pressing your hips forward, reaching up through fingertips. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands to the floor. Right toe tucks under, straighten right leg, left foot steps back. High plank, chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra, opening heart, looking up. Exhale, downward facing. Hold here for just about 2 breaths. The cycle of exhale followed by the inhale is 1 round of breathing. Gazing forward between the hands as you inhale, take right foot all the way forward between the hands. You might need to walk it forward or slide the left toe back. Bring left knee down to the floor, release left toe. Inhale, come up for your kneeling crescent lunge. Hips forward and down, shoulders back. Open heart, lift chest. Maybe gazing up towards the sky. Drawing up through your rib cage. Lengthening, exhale. Hands to floor. Left toe tucks under, straighten left leg. We're gonna take that left foot forward now. So you can kind of bring your weight back, give yourself momentum. Step that left foot forward or take little hops back to forward fold. Head relaxes, no tension in neck. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, release. Inhaling, arms coming up. Finding your back bend again, either with elbows bent, palms together, hips forward, chest up, looking up, or straightening through your arms. A little deeper of a back bend if that feels good. Drop your head back. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here, inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, second set, arms coming up. Finding your back bend, however you wish for you. Exhale, forward folding. Belly's in tight. Hands to the floor, head relaxes. Inhaling, lifting halfway, creating space. This time the left leg steps back. Big, huge, gigantic step. Enormous, all the way back. Left knee comes to the floor, release left toes. Inhale, arms up, body comes up. Kneeling crescent lunge. Hips forward and down, shoulders back, open heart, lift chest. Gazing up will allow you to go a little deeper and feel it more as a back bend. Press strong to the right foot. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Tucking left toe under, straightening left leg. Keep the palms on the mat. Right foot steps back. Your choice of chaturanga or knees down, chest down. Inhale, upward facing. Looking up, opening heart. Exhale, downward facing. 2 rounds of breathing here. And of your next inhale, looking forward between hands, stepping left foot forward, huge step. Might need to kind of move your left hand out of the way. Right knee comes down to the floor, release right toes. When you're ready, inhale, come up. Press hips forward and down. Lengthen up through rib cage. Open chest. And last thing, gazing up towards sky. If it bothers your balance, just look forward. Shoulders roll back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right toe tucks under, straightening leg. Now that right leg is gonna come forward. So again, give yourself a little momentum. Step the right foot forward. Back to forward fold here at the front of your mat. Let the head relax. Inhale, upward or lifting up halfway. And exhale, surrender. Inhale, arms up and arch back. Finding your back bend. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands to the waist. Separate your feet about hip width apart. We're going to continue with our forward folding. So with your feet about hip width apart, look down towards your toes. Your feet should be parallel to each other. Lengthen through spine. Exhale, fold. So we're hinging from the hips. You can go to about a flat back. And then when you can't go any further, continue until your body can hang. Roll the weight forward to balls of your feet and pick up your big toes with your index finger and your middle finger. Close the grip with your thumb. Inhale, lengthen spine. And then exhale, elbows out to the sides and pull your body through. So you're really feeling the pull from using the hands and the arms to press your chest towards your thighs just a little bit more. Deep stretch in backs of legs, but they're ready now for a little deeper stretch, so don't be shy. Keep the weight forward to balls of your feet so your toes are grounding down, but your fingers are pulling up. Inhale, lengthen halfway, creating space. We're gonna take right hand underneath right foot and left hand underneath left foot. So your toes should be somewhere up by your wrists if possible. Soften your knees if you need to get yourself a little bit more adjusted to really step on the entirety of the hand, not just your fingertips. And then exhale, elbows out to the sides, and again, fold forward. So Padahastasana, you can use your toes to kind of massage into your wrists, so you can kind of wriggle to your toes. Feels pretty good. Inhale, lengthen spine, straighten arms. Exhale, release one hand, release the other. Soften through knees as you open your feet out so your toes kind of come off the mat and slowly come down to your malasana, garland pose. So once you're down, you can adjust, moving maybe side to side or wriggling yourself down, adjusting through your feet. Try to make sure that the heels are down on the floor if possible. Use your arms inside your legs to move your body through, and palms together, find stillness here. Avoid rounding forward or tucking under, so you want to press into the knees and lift up through the chest, lengthening spine. Hold here for a few breaths. Deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And then we're going to slowly take the hands to the floor. Walk them forward as far as they'll go. Try to round your spine now like a little turtle. And then slowly, gently lower your hips to the floor. Once you're down, reach your arms forward. Lean back, bring your knees together on the inside of your arms. Setting up for our Navasana. You can keep the toes pointing down using core. You can hold on to your ankles or your feet or behind your thighs. Whatever is possible for you to do here. Make sure you're grounded and you're not feeling any pain in your back. From here, see if you can lift the feet. Maybe turn the palms up. Sometimes that changes a little bit the posture. And then finally, maybe straightening the legs. Full Navasana. 3, 2, look at your toes. 1, cross your feet. Bring your weight forward. Lift up through hips and step your feet back, downward facing. Hold it here. So this is the same shape that Navasana makes. We're just sitting on the floor, but this is the exact same shape, sort of, with the arms extended forward. See if you can see it. So we're going to try that again for our Navasana. Looking forward between hands. Step one knee in between the arms so that the top of the foot is by the left wrist. Other knee in between the arms, stay lifted. Start to slide your feet through. Bring your hips down, leaning back. You can keep the toes on the floor, arms up. Find your Navasana. Whichever version feels good for you, you can straighten legs. 3, engage core. 2, shoulders back. 1, crossing the feet. Tuck them underneath, hands come forward. Roll your weight forward, lift your hips. Step, step, downward facing. Good. I'm going to do 2 more just like that. Lengthen through the entire spine. This becomes kind of a resting posture here in between. All right, looking forward, we're going to start with the left foot this time first. So left knee in between the arms, top of left foot by your right wrist. Bring the right knee in, stay lifted, strong core. Slide the feet through, maybe between the hands, and sit down. Good. From here, leaning back, you can keep your fingertips on the floor as you set up, or bring your arms up. Find your Navasana. Whichever version fits for you. Look to your toes. 3, 2, engage the core. 1, crossing the feet, tucking under, hands in front, lift up through hips, step, step, press it back, downward facing. Hold here. We got 1 more Navasana. See if you can see it through. Those can be tough, but I know you can do it. It just takes kind of mind over matter, using your willpower. Last one, here we go. Looking forward, right knee between the hands, left foot by the wrist. Other side, slide it through, sit down. Coming to your Navasana, knees bent or legs straight. Gaze towards toes, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Crossing the feet, hands forward, lift the hips, step, step. This time, let's chaturanga since it's our last one. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Breathe it out here. Sway the hips. Moves from side to side. Maybe bend and straighten through the legs. Whatever feels good for you here. Just hold 2 more breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And of your next inhale, go ahead and bring the knees down to the floor and sit back for Balasana. Forehead to the mat. If you wish, you can have your knees apart here instead of together. It's up to you. And slowly rolling up to our hero's pose. Coming into this kneeling position, we're going to do let's do 2. 2 rounds of Kapalabhati breath with a little bit of a back bending in between. So from your hero's pose, hands are on your knees. Draw in through navel, and remember, always thinking about lifting up through rib cage. You don't want to kind of round your spine here and disengage your abdomen. Lift up, hands are on the knees, shoulders are back, gaze down through the bridge of your nose. Exhale the breath away. Inhale to begin. Exhale, fully release. Hands down to either sides of your feet, maybe a little further back as you lean back, open chest, roll shoulders back. Keep your hips down onto your heels for this one. Opening heart, looking up, or dropping your head back. And slowly lift the head first. Bring your weight back to center for a second round. Remember that it's the forced exhale that you want to focus on. The inhale happens automatic. So here we go. Exhale the breath. Inhale to begin. Exhale, fully release. Inhaling, bringing hands behind. I'll give you the option this time, if you wish, to lift the hips, kind of coming into a little bit of like a bridge, rolling the shoulders back, a little bit more weight in the hands, and then decide if you want your head up, looking down, or dropping back. Breathe easy. Exhale, slowly lower hips, lift head, come back through to center. Good job. All right, one more balasana here. Lengthening arms forward, forehead to the floor. And inhale, slowly lifting to tabletop. We're gonna cross the feet behind us so we can sit back, kind of just roll over your ankles and come to a seated position. So we're gonna continue on a little bit with the hips. We're gonna start with a figure four, and then we're gonna do a pigeon. So, sorry, I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. We're gonna go ahead and take that left, both knees bent. We're gonna bring that left foot up and open that left knee into a figure four. So if you have tight hips, you might need to hold on to your leg or hold on to your right leg. Either way is fine. Lastly, you might want to bring your fingertips behind you to try to find that shape with your left leg. So whatever position feels right for you, just go ahead and come to it. You want to kind of make sure that your right foot is down on the mat, so you're not twisting through that foot in any way. Keep it lined up with your knee. And you might want to release that left knee away. So instead of pulling into the knee into your body, kind of push it away from your body, finding your shape. Take a few breaths here. Soften through your shoulders. Even though your spine is working to keep you lifted, because this hip, if it's tight, will make you want to lean back. So you want to try to use your spine to keep your spine straight. And again, using right hand on either your thigh or your ankle and your left hand on your knee to push away. Hold one more breath. And then we're going to keep this left leg right where it is. So go ahead and reach down, grab the knee, reach down, grab the ankle, and straighten the right leg away. So what happens a lot of times is this foot, the left foot on this side, will want to come down to your thigh. Let's keep it lifted, even if it's far away from your body, but keep it lifted and then start to draw it in towards your body, kind of like you want it to go to your right shoulder. Yeah, good. Flex through your right foot, lengthen through spine. Let's hold here. 5, 4, keep that foot lifted. It likes to come down. It will automatically if you don't put an eye on it. 3, 2, And 1. Let's go ahead and roll the hip out. So out to the side and back through the center. And then slowly, let's release that foot down to the floor. Hug it into the body. Let's do a little twist here before we do the other side. Bring left hand behind. Right hand can go on the outside of that knee, or you can hug the knee into your body. Either way is fine. Your left hand is a support for your spine, and you're rotating and twisting, engaging into that right leg so that right toes are pointing up towards sky, looking back. Exhale, slowly coming back through the center. And bring both knees, bend both knees, come back to where you started before. So already here you can feel your spine a little bit different. We're gonna do the same thing on the right side. So lean back, right foot on top of left knee. And again, holding on to the ankle of the right leg as you press away through the right knee. Line up your left foot so that it's right in line with your left knee. It likes to kind of come in a little bit. So bring it right in line with your left knee. You'll be able to see it. Lengthen through spine. If this is really tough, holding onto your leg is a good option, or even bringing your fingertips back so that you can use your arms to support you, keep your chest moving forward. As long as you stay in this upright position, you'll be feeling the openness in the hip, getting yourself ready for our pigeon. We're gonna do our pigeon on our backs today. One more breath, inhale. Pushing slightly that right knee away. Good. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab the foot or ankle with that left elbow, right knee with the right elbow, and lengthen that left leg away. So again, that left foot likes to come down to the leg. We're gonna try to keep it up. Once it's up by your left shoulder, draw it in towards your body. Keeping that left leg engaged, lengthening here through spine. You can hold on to your opposite wrist or interlace your fingers. That foot likes to slide down, so bring it back up. Hold 5, 4, hold it there. Try not to move too much while you're holding, just use breath. 3, 2, and once we're done with the last one, just gently rocking that hip in and out. Beautiful, gently coming back through the center. We're gonna release that foot down to the floor, hugging that knee in towards the body. Again, you can wrap your left arm around as you bring your right hand to the floor, or take that left arm on the outside of the knee, kind of reaching your arm out, looking over right shoulder. Keep engaging into left leg, flexing through toes and foot. Right hand is behind you for supporting your spine. And exhale, slowly coming back through the center. Bend both knees. We're gonna lay all the way down onto the back. For our pigeon on our back, it's a little bit different than on the floor. It's a little bit more gentle. So once you're on your back, any adjustments necessary, and then we're gonna bring the knees into chest, roll around a couple times. So it's a similar movement that we did just now in our seated position. We're gonna start with the left leg, right foot on the floor, left foot on top of knee, just like we did before. But what we're gonna try to do is bring this right leg in towards the body. So you're gonna lift the right foot off and then maybe grab a hold of the back of your right thigh, or you can maybe lean up, interlace your fingers on top of your shin, get a good grip, and then lower your head and shoulders back to the floor. So we can just start here, noticing how the hip begins to feel, how the opening in that left hip is. You want your left foot not too relaxed, but also not flexed and contracted. So that left foot should be kind of just somewhere in the middle. You're pushing the left knee away as you're drawing the left ankle in towards your body. If you feel good, you might want to release the right leg so the right leg is facing up or pointing up towards the sky. Finding your breath here. Another option would be to slide your hands up your ankle, towards your ankle, or hold on to your calf, or maybe even find your big toe. If you find your big toe, you can hold on to it with your right hand and use your left hand to slide that left knee away. Roll your right shoulder down. Your drishti is towards your toes. Drawing that right leg in towards body, pressing left knee away. And then exhale, release the toe, arms down by your sides, slowly lower right leg down. Very slow, very steady. Once the right foot comes down, release left leg, bend the knee on the floor, right leg up on top of left knee. Open the knee out to the side, center through your shoulders and back of head. Bring left knee into body, holding on to left thigh. Noticing how everything's feeling here. The right knee keeps pushing away from the body as you draw that left knee in towards the body. As we build our postures, it's really important to ease into it, especially on both sides, because we always have a tighter side. And so maybe on this side, you're not as tight and you want to go right into the maximum. But it's really important to build it, even if it's easy for you on that one particular side. Maybe lifting head, finding an interlacing of the hands at the shins, letting the head and shoulders come back down and pulling that left knee in towards body. Again, the right knee keep pushing away. Holding it there. Notice if you're starting to kind of tilt one way or the other, keep your body centered. And then maybe if you're feeling okay in that position, you can try straightening left leg, drawing that whole left leg into the body. And notice already one side's gonna feel very different than the other. You can stay there if that feels like that's enough, or bringing the hands to the calf, sliding them up towards your ankle, or maybe even grabbing your big toe with your left hand this time, and you can bring your right hand to your knee, pushing your right knee away and pulling your left leg into body. Keep the left shoulder down, gaze up towards your toes. Breathe here. And slowly exhaling, releasing the toe, arms down by your sides, lowering down that left leg. The right leg goes along for the ride. Slow and steady. Once the left leg hits the floor, go ahead and extend both legs. Take a moment here to readjust through the hips, through the shoulders. We're gonna move into our halasana with the feet up and over. If you know that your feet don't come to the floor, you can place a block over your head so that you have space for your feet to come to. So halasana followed by our fish pose. That's the last two postures we'll do today. Bringing knees into chest, arms down by your sides. You're gonna engage into your core, and you can use your legs, your lower part of your legs as momentum to lift up through hips and bring your hands to your lower back. Once you're there, wriggle your shoulders down a little bit, and then take your toes to the floor behind you. Drawing in through navel. Once your toes are on the floor or on the block, release your arms. You can interlace your hands if you wish, or just palms flat on the floor. Make sure that your weight here is on your shoulders and not your neck. There is a stretch happening in the neck, quite obviously the back of the neck, a compression through the throat. Once you're in this position, don't look around. Keep your gaze to your navel. If your toes are on the floor, you might want to release them so that the tops of the feet come to the floor. Legs should be straight and together if possible. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. And then keeping your arms down, we're going to slowly lower your hips to the floor. So use control, use your core strength It's like you're trying to imprint your spinal column in sand, little bit at a time. So much control. Once your hips are down, begin to lower the legs. We're gonna move now into our fish pose. So once the legs come all the way down, bend the knees, lift the hips, and you're gonna wriggle your arms under, connect your thumbs. Palms are facing down. So get your forearms and your elbows underneath. Once your body weight is on your forearms, you can release the crossing of the thumbs. Then go ahead and extend your legs, point your toes, palms are flat on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest so you're coming onto your elbows. Drop your head back, exhaling. Find your fish pose. Open heart, lift shoulders, back and away. Press into forearms. Barely any weight onto your head, just the top of your head resting on the mat. Engage into your legs, point your toes. 3 more breaths here. And slowly, as you're ready, press into forearms again. Lift through the head, lower the shoulders down, release one arm, release the other, and come to your Shavasana. Let the feet flop out to the sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes. See if you can realign yourself with your breathing. Serene, calm body. Stillness of the physical body leading to stillness of mind. Slowly with your next exhale breath, let's begin to add a little bit of movement to the fingers and the toes. Allow the movement to spread into the hands, feet, wrists, and ankles. And then bending to the knees, bending through the elbows, let one hand rest at your belly, one hand at your heart. Separate your feet and let your knees come in towards each other, creating a support system for each other. Continue to follow your breath. Continue to remain present. And slowly as we exhale, we're gonna roll over onto either side. I invite you to remain with your eyes closed. As you roll over, you can use your bottom arm for a pillow. Keep your knees bent, and your top arm just rests right in front of your chest, palm down. Again, keeping your eyes closed, your focus inward. And then pressing into the right hand, slowly lifting up, sliding your way up to a seated position. Coming to our seated posture, take a moment here to elevate the hips if that feels comfortable, or to just simply find your upright spine onto your sit bones, feeling grounded and rooted. Hands can rest on the knees. Before we finish our practice, I'd like to do one more thing, which is our twist. So notice which foot you have in front, and bring your hands to your knees with your fingertips facing inside or towards your body, elbows pointing out. And then exhale, we're gonna dip that right shoulder in as we open through the left, gaze past the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. We'll do the other side. So left shoulder dips in, gazing towards right. Leaning forward, putting a little bit more weight onto the shins. Slowly coming to center. Let's replace now the feet. So whatever foot is in front, bringing that foot front and the other foot, that foot back and the other foot front. Hands back in position. Elbows out, making kind of a square shape with your arms. Let's do left side first. So left shoulder dips in, right shoulder pulls back, looking back over right shoulder. Inhale, coming to center, and then other side. And then inhale, coming to center, finding our upright position. Exhale, bringing palms together at the center of the heart, symbolizing that union of body, mind, and spirit. Allow the breath here to carry along any last things that need to be released from your body, whether they're physical sensations, whether they are emotions that no longer serve us, or thoughts and mental formations that impede our growth. See if you can release it out with the next exhale breath. Inhaling together, we'll prepare for Om. Namaste.